In this video, I'm going to tell you guys how I successfully changed out my ECU in my 7th gen Civic. I turned off the check engine light and the blinking green key light, and I saved hundreds of dollars. Also, I'll let you guys know how to avoid having ECU problems in the future. Welcome back to another episode of JDM for All. So the 7th gen Civic had a problem maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and you guys might remember this problem. It's where the alternator loosened up and was not grounded to the block anymore. If you guys aren't familiar with the 7th gen Civic, the alternator is grounded by the block, so if you ever have your alternator loosen up and the car is started, it will actually burn out the ECU. That's what happened to this 7th gen Civic. So I did end up grounding the alternator and preventing this problem from happening again, but I wasn't actually able to fix it completely. I did swap out the security chip from my old ECU, which was burnt out, to my new ECU, but I don't think it went as planned. Now, I did read online, if you do pull the security chip and you don't properly install it, or you just pull it out completely, it will just run like normal, but it will show a check engine light and a key on the dash, which is what happened to the Civic. I was happy that the car was running better because before it was in limp mode, it wasn't running right at all. At this point, it was running great. It just had a check engine light and a key blinking, but in this video, I'm going to show you guys how we got the check engine light to go away and the key to stop blinking. So after reading online that the ECU security chip, if not installed right or just removed, would give us the same symptoms that we were currently dealing with, the new owner of the Civic went to Honda. They said it would cost around $800 to replace the ECU, so I figured that we had two options. We could buy a used ECU with the ignition and the keys that went with the ECU, so there was no programming involved, or we could just buy a used ECU off of eBay and have the keys that we currently have to the car programmed to the new ECU. So at this point, I figured we might as well just go get an ECU, see if this works. So we bought a used one off of eBay. We had a locksmith come out, program the keys. It's super simple. It takes like 20 minutes. After that, they programmed the old keys to the new ECU. The car runs great now, and it doesn't have a check engine light anymore. The key light does not blink on the dash anymore as well, and it was $200, somewhere around that. And now the 7th gen Civic is running great. It doesn't have any lights on the dash and it passed emissions. If you guys are planning on switching out your ECU, if you had this problem, I would ground the alternator, swap the ECU out, get a new one, and then have a locksmith or someone to program your old keys to the new ECU. And that is what I wish I did in the beginning. Instead of trying to swap out the chips and all of that, I could have easily just bought an ECU and then paid someone to program the stock keys to the new ECU. It's that simple. I hope this video helps you guys out a lot. I wanted to let you guys know what happened ultimately with the ECU swap on the Civic, and for a while, guys, it did have a check engine light with the key blinking. It is able to pass emissions now, and it did. Now, I do know that a lot of people are very confused about this. I see a lot of comments where people don't know what to do, and really, I didn't know much about this until now. And now we have it completely figured out. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys want to see more 7th gen Honda Civic videos or just Honda videos, Honda content in general, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And if you guys want to know how to remove the ECU in this Civic, it's actually pretty complicated. I actually made a video talking about exactly how to remove it. So you guys can check out that video as well. Hit that like button. Let me know that this video helped you out in the comments below. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability, and I'll see you guys on the next video.